Substitute the given values for the variables and then solve the equation for the remaining variable. Round approximate results to the second decimal place. So let's see what we have here. We have a formula that says A equals A plus B plus C all over 3, where capital A represents 50, lowercase a represents 29, and lowercase b represents 63. Now, this is a good example to show why keeping variables case sensitive is so important, because this has both a capital A and a lowercase a. And so we want to be sure that we don't confuse those two, because those are two totally different variables. So let's get started with this. We're going to substitute in the given values. And so we're going to use some color coding to help us keep track of things. So capital A, we're going to do in red. Lowercase a, we're going to do in green. And then B, lowercase b, we're going to do in blue. So let's substitute in the pieces that we have. Capital A, we see is 50. So we're going to do the 50 here. That equals lowercase a is 29. So we'll put the 29 in here. And then we're going to be adding lowercase b, which is 63. So we'll get that in there. Notice then kind of keeping the colors in track to help me keep track of what I'm doing here. Now C, when I look over here, I say, well, wait a minute, they didn't give me a value for C. So that must be the variable we're going to be solving for. All of that's going to be over 3. Okay, so here we've substituted in our values for the variables, and now we need to solve this equation for this letter C that we don't know what that variable is. So let's figure out how we're going to do this. This is an equation that has a fraction in it, and typically when we see those equations with fractions, the first thing we want to do is we want to clear the fractions. So we're going to multiply both sides here by this 3. That's our only denominator, so of course that's the lowest common denominator. So we're going to multiply this side by 3, but if I multiply the right side by 3, remember we have to multiply the left side by 3 as well. We have to be sure that we treat both sides equally. So 3 times 50 on the left side gives me 150 equals, now over here on the right side, this 3, that's like 3 over 1. This 3 and this 3 cancel each other out. They are gone. There's no 3 left to distribute through. So I'm just left here with the numerator part, with 29 plus 63 plus C. Okay. Now we have a little bit of tidying up to do here on the right side. We can simplify the right side of the equation, and we always want to be sure each side of the equation is as simple as it can be before we go into solving mode, where we start bringing things back and forth across the equation. So let's simplify that right side. 150 equals, now 29 plus 63 will give us 92 plus C. And here's the C that we're trying to solve for. We want to get that 92 kicked over to the other side. Because it's a positive 92, we're going to subtract 92 from both sides of the equation. And when we do that, the 92's on the right side cancel out, and all I'm left with is C, which is what we wanted to find out. And on the left side, when we do the subtraction, 150 minus 92 is going to equal 58. And so that would be our value for C, for the variable that was remaining.